Hi there, it's Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com. Here we're coming at you with the Daily Brew. This list looks pretty similar. Actually, this is a play on a budget deck. I've done some teasers already for it. Already done a Daily Brew with it, and I just cannot wait. The budget, playing on budget, was pushed back because of how late I was getting it to them. One, and two, all the Pro Tour coverage. So a little bit my fault, a little bit Pro Tour's fault that the Playing on Budget didn't release this Thursday, but it should be next Thursday when they get it up and running. And by then, I probably will have so many updated brews of this. Again, that will be a budget list. This new list is anything but budget. It's very expensive because of all the dual lands and some other pricey cards in here. But anyhow, I've done a lot of reconstructing this deck. I tried a junk list, and maybe I'll try the junk list again. Junk being black, white, and green colors. I mean, the shell has basically stayed the same. My last, I would say, 10 cards that make the deck list have changed a lot from different brews that I've built in the past, I would say, day or two. So again, I am trying to find the perfect list. And this is my latest list. It's a very, 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 very splash for red. And maybe I don't even need as many red mana sources that I'm running. One of the things that I was finding a problem with the deck before was the consistency. And the Scrylands have been helping out a lot. Again, I've only tested a few games with this list, but the Scrylands tend to get those excess lands gone. And one of the other problems I was having was actually getting lands. I had 21 lands, and I think that was a little bit greedy, as I would get stuck on like 3-4 lands a lot of games and just want a few more lands. My whole idea was to find lands with Satyr Wayfinder, but a bunch of times it just plain missed. Now, I did have, in the older brews, of course, was the Sanguine Bond and Crypt Incursion combination, but I have since cut that. Yes, it is awesome when it happens, and maybe I should put one more Sanguine Bond because we have ways to gain life through my latest editions. But again, it seemed like I was losing more games with Sanguine Bond, either stuck in my hand or stuck on board, and still needed a couple turns before the combo could go off, or just flat out wouldn't win me the game. So I've since cut that, and again, maybe I'll just bring one in for kicks, and maybe instead of these Domries, I'm thinking with 31 creatures, Domry is just an auto-include in this deck. But again, it might not be the best choice. There could be better cards than this. Maybe Garruk is just a better card. We'll just have to wait and see. Garruk, the new Garruk, the one out of M15 is one I'm referring to, the 6 mana. But 6 mana is probably a bit too hard to cast. And I think that between the Grizzly Salvage and Satyr Wayfinders, our mana gets fixed fine. So I could probably even cut down in the black sources. I probably don't even need these Blood Crypts or the Stomping Grounds whatsoever. We'll see. And they might just end up being forest and swamps, or maybe Golgari Guildgates. I hate to go Golgari Guildgates because that puts a ton of comes into play tap lands, and right now it's pretty rough to even get. I guess we have only, yeah, it's pretty rough sometimes to get the like Lot Troll second turn or the Satyr Wayfinder second turn, which is very pivotal. You want to hit a Grizzly Salvage, a Satyr Wayfinder, or allow the Troll on turn 2 usually. Some other things I've added with Scavenging Ooze. Yes, that does kill my own graveyard, but the potential life gain is huge. And I'm trying to think what other cards I've had in here. I've had Bows in here before, Bow of Nylea. It just doesn't seem to be working. Oh, I know what a card that I think I'm going to put in. I have too many cards here to begin with, up to 61 cards, is Gorklan. I'm going to put at least one Gorklan or Gorklan Rampager, as this gives my another thing that I'm finding out is with the Night Howlers is sometimes I'm just completely locked out because I don't have anything that gives trample. So I think I'm going to bring in some Gorklan. So maybe the Oozes can come sideboard, as we don't need them main board. I kind of want to go a full 4 package of these guys, but it's definitely something I need to try out. I'm loving the Flesh Blood, and I'm loving these Varls, but I mean, Varls has tested well, but again, I don't know if he's worth it, because he's very, very slow, and it works with Desecration Demons really nicely, but there's nothing else I really want to scavenge. Well, Shadowborn Demons are nice to scavenge for 5 to put 6 counters. Again, it's all about putting these on Lot Trolls and swinging for the win, but like Nemesis Immortals is hard to scavenge. And a lot of these other stuff I don't want to scavenge. So Yeah, Underworld Cerberus is 6. So maybe we do need to cut these. And again, 23 lands. I'm at 20. I don't know Varls. We're gonna play around with Varls to see if he's worth it. I'm gonna take out the Domers right now. I don't think they're gonna make the cut. And maybe Varls again is not gonna make the cut. I do like the uses in certain matchups. Again, I'm tempted. I'm so tempted to bring in a Sanguine Bond, as it is so much fun. And I have more big beaters here that actually combo with it. But between the Crypt Incursions and Scavenging Ooze in the sideboard, the Bond, like, we'd have to go in a Bond package, and I don't know if there's any decks I'd really like to go that route. I think if we're going to go the Sanguine Bond route, you have to watch my play on the budget, and what you do is you just go all out the stall. So it's more Satyr Wayfinders. If I were to make a new list of it, I'd put probably Golgari Guildgates in there. And so everything in the entire world is going to be to get some sort of either not really ramp, but card advantage to Satyr Wayfinder and Golgari Guildgate until you can actually cast your Sanguine Bond and then sacrifice all of your creatures. So you need a sack outlet too. Probably Varus would need to be in that deck, or some other sack outlet. And then once all your creatures in your graveyard, then you can Crypt Incursion. But again, you're going to have to stall until turn 6. Turn 6 is when that goes off. And with this deck, what I was finding with the Sanguine Bond deck is I was killing my opponent a ton with Nemesis Immortals and Lot Literals just coming out very, very quickly. So turn 3 Nemesis Immortals happens all the time, and then you can Monstrous it again. Like turn 4 or turn 5, I've been able to Monstrous the Nemesis Immortals for 10-10, and that's where I think these Gore Clans are going to come in handy, is when I can slap on Gore Clan onto one of these guys, give it trample. So right now, maybe I could cut out a Grizzly Salvage if I'm running 23 lands for one more Gore Clan. But I do want a bunch of self-mill, and so maybe Whip of Erebos can actually go sideboard, and we can actually, well, I think it's just 2, or Shadowborn Demon. I'm going to try a Whip. I'm going to take out a Shadowborn Demon from the side. I think 2's plenty in most of these guilds. I don't want to go down in Abrupt Decays, but Abrupt Decays are so powerful in this format. We're going to take out a Varls. I'm going to keep a Whip in. I'm going to put in one more Gore Clan Rampage, and I think that 3 will be enough, as we do have the Bloods as well, though. Maybe I want to go the maximum route possible. I'm wondering if 7 self-mill will actually get the job done, or if we just cut like a Stomping Grounds and go to 22 lands, because between the Grizzly Salvage and the Satyr Wayfinders and the Deathrite Shamans, I'm thinking we should have enough lands. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut 1 Stomping Ground and go to 22 lands. Oh, we are fine anyway. Oh yeah, we're going to bring in one more Rampager, and we're going to go this route, see if it works, see if we're still have problems with the lands with Grizzly Salvages instead of Communes and the Satyr Wayfinders. I'm going to go ahead and save this list. I'm going to save it as Jund 3. We're going to save it as, because I have all these different versions. I'll have to show you some other versions. Again, I've messing around with Junk, and Junk works kind of nice, but with Junk I do like to go the Sanguine Bond route, and I actually like to go like more Grey Merchants of Asphodel, and then you have the Whip of Erebos and Obsidian combo, and then Blood Barons in the side, and you have a very, very huge life gain strategy. So I'll have to show you that list. We're going to mess around with the shell. Anyway, the shell is the Lot Literal, Nemesis Immortals, Night Howlers, Satyr Wayfinder. That is, and Deathrite Shaman. That is a shell that probably will not move at all. I will not change because it does so well. So I'm going to play a game here. This has been Ken with Roguedeckbuilder.com. Thanks for watching.